In the small town of Ravenswood, nestled deep within the woods, there stood an old, decrepit house. Its weathered facade and broken windows whispered tales of a dark past that sent shivers down the spines of the townsfolk. The locals spoke of a curse that plagued the house, a curse that had claimed the lives of those who dared to enter. As a journalist always in search of a compelling story, I couldn't resist the lure of the haunted house. Determined to uncover the truth behind the legends, I set out on a foggy autumn morning, armed with my camera and a sense of skepticism. The townspeople warned me of the dangers, but my curiosity overshadowed any fear. The house loomed in the distance, its silhouette growing more ominous with each step. The air grew thick, and the atmosphere seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. I hesitated at the threshold, feeling a chill run down my spine. Ignoring the unease, I pushed the creaking door open, and the scent of damp wood and decay filled the air. Inside, the darkness was suffocating, broken only by slivers of weak light filtering through the boarded-up windows. Dust danced in the air as I made my way through the narrow, winding corridors. The silence was eerie, broken only by the occasional sound of my own footsteps and the distant creaks and groans of the old house. As I explored, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Shadows seemed to move in the corners of my vision, and strange whispers echoed through the halls. I pressed on, determined to capture evidence of the supernatural. The house seemed to come alive as I delved deeper. Doors slammed shut on their own, and the floorboards groaned under the weight of unseen footsteps. The temperature dropped, and I could see my breath in the cold air. Fear gripped me, but my journalistic instinct drove me forward. In the heart of the house, I discovered a room that sent a shiver down my spine. It was a bedroom, frozen in time. The furniture was draped in dusty sheets, and a faded photograph of a family lay face down on a nightstand. The air in the room felt heavy with sorrow, as if the past clung to the walls. As I snapped pictures, a voice whispered in my ear, barely audible, but unmistakably present. "Leave this place," it urged. But the journalist in me couldn't turn away from a good story. As the night fell, the supernatural activity escalated. Whispers turned into desperate cries, and the temperature continued to plummet. I felt a cold hand on my shoulder, and I spun around to find myself alone. Panic set in, but I pressed on, driven by a relentless desire to uncover the truth. In the darkest corner of the house, I stumbled upon a hidden door. The wood was carved with strange symbols, and the air around it seemed to vibrate with malevolence. With trepidation, I pushed it open, revealing a staircase that descended into the abyss below. The air grew colder with each step, and the whispers became frenzied screams. At the bottom, I found a dimly lit chamber adorned with occult symbols and ancient artifacts. In the center of the room, a figure hunched over a table covered in dusty tomes. The figure turned slowly, revealing hollow eyes that seemed to pierce through my soul. "You should not have come," it rasped, its voice a chilling echo. "The curse lives on, and it will claim you as its own." In that moment, the truth became clear. The curse was not confined to the house. It was a malevolent force that transcended time and space. The house was merely a vessel, a gateway to something far more sinister. As the figure advanced, I felt a strange compulsion to speak. "Why? What is the origin of this curse?" I demanded, my voice trembling. The figure paused, a twisted smile forming on its lips. The curse was born of betrayal and revenge, it hissed. Long ago, a family lived here in harmony until jealousy and greed tore them apart. The darkness that consumed their hearts left an indelible mark, a curse that now feeds on the living. Suddenly, the room erupted in a violent tempest. Books flew off the shelves, and the symbols on the walls glowed with an unholy light. I stumbled backward, realizing that the curse was not just a tale. It was a malevolent force that hungered for more souls. Desperation seized me as I sprinted back up the stairs, the echoes of the cursed house haunting my every step. The air grew thick, and unseen hands seemed to claw at my back. The exit was in sight, but the darkness fought against my escape. Just as I reached the front door, a spectral force slammed it shut, trapping me inside. The temperature plummeted, and the walls seemed to close in. In the midst of the chaos, a ghostly figure emerged, the embodiment of the curse itself. "You cannot escape," it whispered, its voice a chilling wind. "You sought the truth, and now you will become a part of the curse." The figure reached out, and an icy grip seized my heart. As the darkness consumed me, I became one with the haunted house, forever bound to its malevolent legacy. The twisted truth of Ravenswood would remain hidden, and the curse would endure, claiming the souls of those who dared to uncover its secrets. And so, the legend of the cursed house in Ravenswood persisted, its dark secrets buried within the walls that echoed with the tormented whispers of the past. The townsfolk, unaware of the journalist who had become a part of the curse, continued to steer clear of the malevolent dwelling, never suspecting the true horror that lurked within.